Okay everyone, today I'm taking you through one of the most fertility optimized apartments in all of the world. I'm Donor Dan, I'm a professional open and known sperm donor, and I'm very excited to take you on a walk around through my apartment today because there's quite a few things I did since I moved here to optimize this apartment for fertility. Now, I'm doing this and I'm sharing this because I want to lead with example, both for recipients that want to work with me or are going on a reproductive journey with another donor, but also for other donors who want to improve their lifestyle to make sure that the children have the potentially healthiest outcome. Now, this is an investment everyone should make. I think choosing a donor is one of the most and biggest investments of your life. There's no other situation in your life where you can buy into health and family like you can when you choose a reproductive partner, may that be a donor or an intimate partner. So I want to share my lifestyle, I want to share my surrounding as much as I can with you guys so you can see how much work I actually put in. I'm going to start with the kitchen today because I know that people have a short attention span and I want to make sure that you get the most important thing at the beginning. I know that a lot of people put the most important things at the end. Now, if you want to give me feedback, it would be great to watch the full video, maybe see things or find things that you would still improve. Just put that in the comments. Let me know if there's anything you could improve. At the end of the video, I will share one major thing that I still want to change about my surrounding, about my apartment, so maybe you can see it or find it before I share it with you guys. And before I start talking forever, you guys know me, I love talking about my work, I will just go ahead and show you what I'm doing in my kitchen. So first of all, I want to share one of the most important parts of anyone's apartment and anyone's health. This is the fridge. So go ahead and have a look inside of my fridge. I really value organic food, healthy foods, and no processed sugars. The drinks up here is mostly for when I have visitors. I don't drink these kind of drinks myself. Now, everything else you can find here is organic. We have organic milk, we have organic juice, we have organic berries, organic everything. Organic everything, right? The only thing where there's a tiny bit of sugar inside is the 90% chocolate up here. Really dark chocolate, very healthy and dark chocolate. So as you can see, even if we buy organic food or organic berries like these that come in plastic packages, we put them in glass containers to make sure that they don't leach any of the plastic. So that we do. Now, everything you can find in the kitchen that touches the food I eat, may that be these kind of things or the pans. Here you can see the pans. Go ahead and show the pans. Everything is made out of either glass or wood or stainless steel. Now, we don't have anything with toxic ingredients. We don't use any of the BPA pans or all the stuff that is out there. I don't even know it. I just know that 95% of the things that you can find in stores for your kitchen, I don't want to own myself personally. So everything is made of wood, glass, or stainless steel. Now, one also very important part of the kitchen or of my daily life to life is my supplement section. Is the supplements up here. This is not my supplements, but the supplements up here are mine. I have one area for the morning supplements, the noon supplements for lunch, and for dinner. Now, I'm not going to go through all the supplements that I have in there individually today, but I share my supplement regime with any donor, or also through the link in my bio on Instagram or YouTube, you can see all the supplements I take. Two more things I want to show you guys in the kitchen before we go into the next room is one, the 3-phase water osmosis system. It's here in the back. You can go and show here all the way in the back. So all the water I drink has gone through this 3-phase water osmosis system just to make sure our water is as clean as possible. And all the cleaners we have don't have any toxins. So even the cleaning tools for the kitchen, the bathroom, just like our laundry detergent, are organic. There we go. Alright, one last thing I like about the kitchen, I think every donor should have this. This is maybe not so important for the reproductive health as women, but for men it is. Our testicles are outside of our body for a reason, to stay cool. Now, don't mind the ice cream. I don't eat this ice cream. It's not mine, I swear. It's really not mine. These ice coolers I put into cotton bags and I use when I go to the sauna. Sometimes just if I'm sitting a bit more than usual, maybe taking a drive or flying with the plane, I take ice packs. I have ice packs for my trips as well, but that's a different video. My trips is a different video. Those are important. Every donor should have them. and every donor should use them regularly. So that was the kitchen. All right, so now we are in the bedroom. Now, the bedroom is also a very important part of my life. I spend a lot of time here. I spend more time here than I do in the kitchen, and that's also why I think it's so important to share it with you guys. Now, I have ceiling to floor glass here. This has a reason. I really enjoy my circadian rhythm. We have been growing with the circadian rhythm for millions of years. I'm not going to change it in one generation, which is why I love my ceiling to floor glass here. Now, I don't just have that, I also have the blackout curtains right here. So these don't let any light through when I close them. They make sure that none of the fake light, artificial light at night comes through, keeps me up, or swallows any of my sleep quality. I also like to enjoy plants in places like this in my bedroom where I spend a lot of time, so I have plants here. I still plan on adding a few more plants, but I started with these just to see which plants I can help survive and which will die. So I'm going to see and keep the plants that survive and get more of those. I also have a cooling layer under my bed right here from 8 Sleep, and then I also have a lifting part, so the head part of the bed, it lifts up to improve my sleep and also to make sure that my head, my brain can detoxify better at night. All of the HVAC system has the best filter available just to make sure that none of the toxins outside make their way inside. I do spend quite a large time of my day inside. I do have like daily stuff going on outside as well, but I just want to make sure that the air I breathe inside is as clean as possible. But we'll get into that a bit more later. I also have next to my bed my blue light glasses, so I put these on every afternoon. I am wearing them right now as well. I try to now put them on even earlier in the day because of all the scientific evidence we are seeing about the effects of blue light on our sleep and our health. Some professionals say it might be the future asbestos, all this LED and all these blue lights. I have blue light glasses next to my bed, and I have my books. I love reading before I go to bed. It really helps me wind down and have a good sleep quality, which I also track with my Whoop watch, right? So I check my sleep quality, I check my strain, I check my health every day. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, the furniture in here is all natural. So we have linen furniture, we have linen pillows, we have cotton bed sheets, and we have silk pillows. So some people cannot sleep on cotton. I have a cotton pillow and a silk pillow here. Silk can actually be useful for those that want a polyester feeling without the unhealthy polyester. And one last thing that we have here is a red light therapy device. So this is something I like to use in the evening. I'm not going to turn it on now because it's just an incredibly bright red light. But this is something a lot of health and longevity experts do, and it helps with a few things like staying young, looking young, feeling young, and getting good sleep. All right, this was the bedroom. Okay, next up is the bathroom. I do not spend as much time in the bathroom as I do in, let's say, the bedroom or my working area. However, this is the first place I go in the morning and the last place I go in the evening before I go to bed. To make sure that my circadian rhythm is set up really well, we have bright lights to imitate the sun in the morning. I also have a panel to glow it in my face and tell my body, okay, it's time to wake up, it's time to go, it's time to help people have babies and grow their families. And then that way also the sleep in the evening is better too. I also, when I take showers, or I love to take showers, not just when I take showers, every day I take my showers, I have a soap bar, a natural soap bar that I use, and natural scrubs. I don't really use any of the other gimmicks. For me, that's really just enough, everything I need. I also, when I clean the bathroom, only use non-toxic cleaners. Same for anything that goes on my body, so I have a little bit of a morning routine. I'm not someone who's like spending 30 hours in the bathroom every morning, but I do have a little bit of a routine. The toothpaste I use is fluoride-free toothpaste. Fluoride is an endocrine disruptor. It's not something we donors want to use. I'm not sure about the reproductive science when it comes to women there, but it's definitely something that recipients might want to look into as well. I use sunscreen, not every day, but when it's sunny outside, I use sunscreen. This is a mineral sunscreen based on zinc, so there's also no hormone disruptors in this one. There's a few other things such as organic rosemary essential oil in here, which helps with hair growth, or is also nice for the sauna. And then This is one of these gua sha stainless steel rocks that I use to massage my face a little bit and get the puffiness out of there. But that's really everything I use in the bathroom. It's also important to mention that all the towels I use, no matter if it's for the sauna, for the pool, for the bathroom, they're all 100% cotton. I don't use any polyester. I don't wear any polyester. And we're also going to see that in the next room. This was the bathroom for you guys. So now we are in the closet for you guys to show you what I put onto my body every day, because not just what I put inside, what I see, what I breathe is important, but also what I put onto my body. So up here I have my travel kit, some things that I use for travel, such as cooling pads for flying, my supplements for travel. I also have a bunch of eye masks so that my sleep stays good. I have all that up here, so whenever recipients book me for a cross-continental priority trip, which is always very exhausting, but sometimes if it's a nice place, I really like to do it as well, I grab my travel equipment. Now, the clothes you can find, of course, especially the underwear, but everything else too, is cotton-based. I have a few things such as a rain jacket, which is of course not cotton-based. I don't think a cotton-based rain jacket would protect me a lot from rain, but 90% of my clothes are cotton-based, and my underwear too. This is a good example of like a loose, chill underwear that I can recommend for anyone, not just donors, also men who want to improve their fertility. They can get something loose, something simple like that. I really enjoy those. And they make sure that your testicles don't overheat, because hot testicles is one of the main factors to the low sperm quality that we have nowadays and the low testosterone. As I mentioned before, all the clothes that are washed with toxic-free laundry detergent, so we make sure there are no toxins in our laundry detergent, and anything that touches us cannot touch anything toxic. And that was my closet. Oh, hello, it's you again. Next up is my living room. So I don't spend too much time in my living room, but there's still a few things I would like to show you out here or in this place. I have these two cabinets here. They're just filled with the things that I need for tennis, MMA, hunting, fishing, tools, all sorts of stuff. I won't go into those things because they don't really affect my fertility too much. Of course, it's important to stay healthy and do sports, but that's a different topic. I'm not going to go deep into that today. If I do have screens in my space and I have a big TV here, then it's a big screen. Now, you might have seen the TV in my bedroom before. I wanted to mention that I do not watch TV in my bed, and I do not use my phone in my bedroom. The bedroom is actually a phone-free space. The reason the TV is there is it was already there, and I don't want to take it down now. It kind of looks nice there now, and I don't want to, take it off and put the wall back together and all that. But I do not watch any TV in bed. If I do use a TV, sometimes I do here in the living room, rarely, maybe once a month. I have my blue light glasses on, and there is a blue light protective film on the TV there as well. Over here, I have some things that are important when I go out. Sorry, the microphone can't be too far. Such as these glasses right here, sunglasses. I also have toe spacers that I put in my feet to make sure that my feet stay primal. Now, a lot of the things I do are for reproductive health, but a lot of it is also just to make sure that I stay healthy for a long time. I want to be an available donor into my 90s, maybe even into my 100s. So when I'm 110 years old, would be great if the donor conceived children, great grandchildren, something like that, could reach out to me, talk to me, and learn from my experiences, which is why I also put a lot of effort into longevity and not just reproductive health. But a lot of it goes hand in hand as well. The furniture that we have here in the living room is cotton-based or wood-based. About 95% of our furniture is made out of natural ingredients. We again have the big glasses, big windows, which are important for me when I'm working or when I'm inside to make sure my circadian rhythm works well. Yeah, that's about everything I wanted to show you in the living room. Next up is the area where I spend most of the time every day, at least the time I'm awake. That's my working area. Okay, so the last part of my apartment is my working space, my working area. This is the place where I talk to recipients, go on calls, talk to other donors, work on my portfolio, talk to journalists, do my content, all the sorts of daily, day-to-day tasks that I have to do in order to help people grow their families. Now, this area looks kind of funny, and especially if I'm on here like walking on my thingy here, it looks funny. But I will say this is optimized for health and a modern lifestyle at the same time, because if I was living in a cave, I couldn't have people help people have children. So here in this workspace, I have my standing desk, so a desk that goes up and down, which is important for cooling the testicles to make sure that the sperm quality stays up. A lot of my recipients work through clinics or through shipping. In that case, a high motility is really important because they want to split one donation into multiple vials. So the better my sperm, the more they get and the more I can help. So I have a standing desk, I have my walking pad to make sure I get above 10,000 steps every day. I'm aiming for like 12 or 13,000 steps every day. Longevity goes up into like 14, 15,000. So I really recommend getting a walking pad for anyone who works on a desk a lot, especially after lunch or after breakfast. I like going on this walking pad. Now also having this all lifted up and my laptop on a stand is important because everything is on eye level. If I had to look down like this all the time, my neck would look bad, and the donor-conceived children would say, why is our donor so goofy walking around like this? And I don't want to walk around like this when I'm older. I want to look healthy, and I want to make sure that people can be proud of me as their donor, both recipients and their donor-conceived children. In this area, I also always keep my blue light glasses, those that I'm wearing right now, because I don't want too much blue light to get into my eyes. I also have blue light protection on both of my screens here. And I like to have plants, especially in this area. I have my plants. I have the Open Donor Association logo here in the background for the content and the videos that I record, the podcasts that I go on. Then I have my plants. I even have an air purifier here that I can turn on once a day. Say hello. Yeah, I think you heard that. This purifies the air. I can also track the air quality with this thing right here. So every few days, I just turn it on to make sure the air quality is still good. And as you guys can see, everything's perfect in here. Air quality is amazing, as usual, as it should be. And that's about it. That's everything I think I wanted to share with you guys and show you guys. I hope this helped anyone who is a donor or anyone who's trying to improve their fertility as a man, but this could also be very helpful for recipients. I would say 95% of the things in this video, maybe not the testicle cooling, but most of the other things in this video are also important for recipients or for wishful future intended mothers, because they don't just make it easier for you to conceive, they also make sure the health of your child, I don't want to say the quality of your child because your child is not a product, but the health of your child is improved by doing these things. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I will say one more thing that I want to change about this apartment that I haven't changed yet, and that is, you might have seen it throughout the video, all the LED lighting. So a lot of the modern day LEDs have a lot of blue lights. We are used to the sun, and the sun has a mix of blue light and red light, which is why red light therapy is so effective nowadays for people spending a lot of time in blue light. This is one of the things I still want to change. I want to make sure that my lights go with LEDs that don't push out a lot of blue lights into my environments. Other than that, I'm going to get more plants, but this is really a 99% optimized apartment for fertility, for longevity, for health, and also for future generations to come. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any recommendations for me or anything you're unsure about, send me a message. Put a comment down if you want to work with me as a donor or you're looking for a donor. You can also send me a message. Thanks so much. This was Donor Dan. I hope you have a nice future generations.